no structures. It was hit and hope. There was no real skill about it, and I thought Italy ran out really over. No, what wasn't a great game. Easy winners, really easy winners for them, Bill. And you know, if you look back on the three matches, I find it actually quite depressing.
I think we'd have to say no based on the three matches. And Liam, this might cause you some pain. Trapattoni's reputation now is very definitely on the line, isn't it, in terms of going forward?
Well, it hasn't been a very good tournament for his reputation, and it hasn't been a very good tournament for lots of the Irish players' reputations. You know, Eamon said to lose so many goals at corner kicks is unacceptable, but I don't know who's given the blame to on that. You know,
he's so stubborn that he doesn't care what people think.
Well, if we go back to the Simon Cox selection for the last game and the Simon Cox substitution when he came on a substitute against Croatia, neither of those decisions made any footballing sense. He came on and played as a left winger when we had a left winger on the bench. In fact, with two left wingers on the bench, Stephen Hunt was there as well. That made no sense, and the selection of him as a midfield player in the game against Spain made absolutely no sense either. The substitutions tonight ended up with Kevin Doyle playing wide on the right. And in terms of the bench, unfortunately, Seamus Coleman and James McCarthy, two hot young players,
who weren't there,
aren't even there. You know, it's hard to understand. If you can't understand, and I'm a football person, John and Liam, we're all football people, and all the fans, a lot of the fans are football people. If you can't understand what the manager's trying to achieve and why he's doing certain things,
and there's something wrong, you mean, is there?
Yes, there is something wrong. Yeah. And I think at the heart of it, I don't think he's lost the plot. He's too smart. I respect him as a person and respect what he's achieved in the game. But he's just signed a new 2-year contract for Ireland, and that troubles me. Yeah. Because we've only got one friendly match against Serbia in August before we start in Kazakhstan to try and qualify for the World Cup in 2014. So I don't know where he's going to ever get the time to do the work in integrating these new players into the squad, which should have been done in the last 18 months. And that's a problem. So it's a crisis for Irish soccer. And what makes it worse is that we're not sure what the main man is thinking.
Yeah. I think the thing that irritated guys like you more than anything else was the fact that so many players that you felt should be in the squad were left at home. Well, so what we're going to look at now is, can they be in the squad for Brazil?
Well, the philosophy that Trapattoni brings to it is we don't have players who can play the passing game well enough. Therefore, we've got to revert to this other crude alternative. And I believe we have. In James McLean, Seamus Coleman, Wes Hoolahan, and Keith Fahey, and also a lad called Pilkington, who plays for Norwich. And that at Swansea, in particular, Brendan Rodgers has shown what ordinary players can do if you encourage them. Okay. But let's just start with James McLean. Has this lad got ability? He's starring in the Premier League every week for Sunderland. The Premier League is supposed to be, if it's not the best league in the world, it's the second best after La Liga. And this guy is a star in it. Right. And he can't get in.
He gets 10 minutes or whatever for Ireland. Let's have a look at his play.
We'll just see him here. And the first clip we see is against Stoke. You know, a year ago he's playing in the League of Ireland. But, you know, he's picked this ball up a long way out. And he's gone all the way under pressure from two opponents back at the net. I think he can play for Ireland. I think he can play. This was against Arsenal. You know, one of the best teams in the Premier League at home. And again, he works hard. Now, he's a lot to do from there to score. A lot. Back of the net. This guy is one that has been on the bench, hasn't really been used in this tournament. This is Seamus Coleman. This is his debut for Everton at Goodison. And that's Gareth Bale he's going to take on here. Watch his drive, his enthusiasm, his invention. And he creates a goal. He's a very, very good young guy. This is him against Manchester City. Now, he can play right back, he can play on the right side of midfield, intercepts the ball, passes it to a blue shirt and gets it. You know, he wants to play. He's a very good player. Here again, we see him. You know, as soon as he's on the ball, this is Fabregas, the great Fabregas of Spain. He takes him on, he gets past him, he gets a cross in, and it should have been in the back of the net. That's what we need. This Wes Hoolahan at Norwich, a journeyman, a very, very good footballer. We've ringed him there. Watch him here. He's taking command of the situation. He's telling his teammate where he wants the ball, and he runs and attacks it with aggression. And he gets a great pass in and creates a goal. Wes Hoolahan has been blanked by Trapattoni from day one. Again, we see Hoolahan here running at defence with real intent. Knocking the ball wide, getting into the box, and there's another goal. This is James McCarthy playing against Arsenal, I think, at the Emirates. Sorry, Liam, you do it. You saw the match.
No, you go ahead.
No, you saw the match.
No, you go ahead.
I'm on a roll. Now, you see him there. He gets possession. He wins the ball, which is one of the things Trapattoni wants. Then he makes forward, gets a foul. This young fella is self-possessed. Watch him here against Blackburn Rovers. He scores a beautiful goal here. This is talent. That's talent, and it's available to Ireland. That should be the future. He's been messed around by Trapattoni as well, although personal circumstances. This is Keith Fahey. Fahey's a good player. Sorry, Liam.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're on a roll. You're on a roll. No, you're on a roll. Go ahead. No, okay, go ahead. It's okay. It's okay.
I forgot. I'm sorry. Now, this is a lad called Kieran Clark, who can play anywhere, across the back four or in midfield. And I think he's a very good player. He had a good run at Aston Villa. He got injured, went out on loan. Things haven't worked out perfectly for him, but he is a good player. And he's a goal in him as well. But he's a tough, hard tackling. No messing. And he's got attitude and edge. Here he is against Chelsea. At the bridge, scoring the winning goal. Sorry, I got carried away.
Tell us about this fella Pilkington. Come on, the last one. Come on.
It's the last one.
This is Pilkington, who's playing at Norwich. He's ringed again. Again, plenty of attitude. Playing in the top league. Playing in the Premier League. He's in. And he gets on the end of this. And he tucks it away in the back of the net, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
There he is. Now, what you see there is uninhibited.
He scored more goals than any Irish player in the Premiership.
Uninhibited, enthusiastic, imaginative footballers, well up for it.
Okay.
That's what we need.
No,